What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I'm in the wagon right now. I've got the trailer hooked up, getting ready to head into town to go hang out with JJ. He's been renting a storage yard where he's been storing all of our project vehicles, and also my wrecked coupe is still sitting over there too. But he's getting ready to get everything cleared out of that place. So I'm heading over there to see what parts I can still finish salvaging off of the coupe, get it stripped down, ready to go to the crusher tomorrow, and see what else that he needs help getting cleaned up with. And I'm going to be taking you guys with me. Alright, so I'm here at JJ's storage yard. Take a look at the sky around me. Looks like it might start raining. It's already been sprinkling off and on, and we're running out of daylight, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to get to show you guys around here. JJ's not here yet. Hopefully he'll be here soon to let me in, and then we'll show you all the projects that we've had on the back burner. Alright, here we are. The yard of forgotten projects. Here's JJ's wrecked 5th gen. I believe he's going to be stripping this one down to get 5 lug swap and whatever he wants to keep off of it. This coupe over here is our buddy Jesus. It's going to be one of his projects. I believe this hatch JJ is going to be cutting up and getting rid of because it's got a bad front end. Obviously there's my wrecked coupe. We're going to be stripping down and getting that off to the crush yard. This here's my other, I guess you could call, for context purpose, not really forgotten, but my forgotten project. I'll get more in detail about this one right here later in another video. Here's another parts car, another stuff that we just got to get rid of. And then last but not least, hiding over here in the bushes, just like it was like in my old place. Got our 89 CRX SI. It's going to be one of my projects as a turbo build. But when I had to move from my house, I had to get rid of a lot of my stuff, and I was just going to cut it up and get rid of it. And JJ just didn't have the heart to see the true CRX SI shell go to scrap. And he took it off my hands, and I believe he's going to try to keep this thing as one of his projects for a race car. It hurts me every time I see this thing, but there's really not much left for me to scrape off of this car. I'm going to end up robbing my whole front big brake conversion. Everything else under the hood has already been stripped and salvaged. I may keep my rear seat because I put a lot of time and effort into changing the color of that for the interior color match. Definitely going to keep my rear trailing arms and subframe with the strut bar. I don't have any calipers on it yet. JJ had to use those for a different project, so I donated those to him. I'm going to keep that anyways. And if my tank is still good, keep that. Pretty much the whole entire rear end I'm going to be keeping. My coupe rear end with my Mugen Rep rear lip, my lights, and my custom flip-flop trunk. So we're going to start getting everything stripped down and figured out how we're going to take care of all this around here before either the rain comes or before we run out of daylight. Alright, so yesterday I didn't get out of JJ's till close to like 10 o'clock at night. I'll show you guys everything I was able to score from my coupe. I had a few more things than I remembered having, so I grabbed everything that I possibly could, including my rear bumper. Got my deck lid, tail lights are matching. Forgot that I had a full 5-speed pedal set, you know, to grab. My old battery tray from my battery location. My big brakes from the front, which are same thing from a V6 96 Accord or the 96 97 Acura TL. And of course the rear disc brake trailing arms, along with the rear cross member that has stabilizer bar. I'm getting ready to hook the trailer back up to the wagon, and I'm going to head back into town. There's another car there at the yard that I need to help strip down for JJ, and then a friend's going to be coming out with a car trailer to finally help me move my forgotten project here out to my house. I'm going to get everything ready to go, and we'll talk more when I get there. So as I had mentioned earlier, this one here is my project car that got put on the back burner when I got into the car accident and picked up the wagon. It's just been sitting, been doing nothing with it. Was eventually just going to end up probably scrapping the whole thing because we got to get everything cleared out of here. But my girl, she's been without her own vehicle for quite a while. So she has decided that rather than me scrap the car, that she wants to build a whole entire car for herself. Between all the parts, vehicles, and everything that me and Robbie have at the house, there really should be no problem. We got practically everything we need to make a whole entire complete car for her. So that's going to be great content for the channel. My buddy Steve should be here with the trailer in a few hours, so we're going to get that thing loaded up. And while I'm waiting for him, as I alluded to earlier, everything here has got to go. All the project vehicles that we're going to be keeping, they're going to be dispersed to different areas. And the rest of everything's just going to get broke down and taken to scrap. So while I wait for Steve to come here this afternoon with the trailer, I'm going to go ahead and pull out all my tools, and I'm just going to start stripping down this other parts car over here to grab a few things that we can possibly need to go along with the new project for the channel. Alright, so this thing I'm pretty much going to be stealing most of the front end parts, like the bumper, headlights, grill. We're going to grab all the AC components. And it's got good interior, complete interior. So I'm going to strip out all the interior on this one to go with the project. And I also got to get the rear calipers and e-brake cable out of this thing, because JJ needed calipers for, I believe, Javier's car, and my coupe was already up off the ground, so he just snagged those. And told me to replace those with the ones off of this parts car here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing stripped down. And then we'll get this car loaded up once Steve is here. And we'll head back to my house and get everything sorted through. Alright, we've got the car loaded up on a trailer. We just got to get her all strapped down. And we're headed off to my place. My ears and my neck got pretty burned yesterday from being out in the sun all day. But we got the car here and a ton of parts, so we've got ourselves a good project for the channel. Now I can tell you a little bit more about the project. This thing originally, my stepdad had a buddy that owned this vehicle, and it had a bad motor, and all the interior was pretty trashed, and it sat for a few years, and the guy no longer wanted it. So he asked my stepdad if he knew anybody that could have any use for the thing, and my stepdad hit me up, asked me if I wanted a vehicle with a bad motor and a clean title. And I said, sure, why not? If it's free, I'll take on another project. And I had the coupe at the time and just my Prelude and my race car. So initially, I gutted the whole entire car out and I was going to cage it. It was an automatic, so I started doing a 5-speed swap on it. You got the whole inside. It was already pretty much stripped and gutted. The interior was garbage. It was red interior, but it was trash, so I've already got all of that stripped out and thrown away. Got all new interior to go into it, blue interior. And like I was just saying, I'd started getting the car 5-speed ready. I've got the manual transmission mount is already welded onto the frame rail, so the hard part of the 5-speed swap is done. I did start doing a wire tuck to the vehicle, but after I got into my car accident, this project kind of got pushed onto the back burner, and then I ended up with the wagon. So this thing's just been sitting. It's been sitting out in the heat and the sun so long that all my labels for the wires that I'd started doing the tuck with got all sun rotted away, and I no longer know what all is what anymore. So I also brought home a whole entire body harness for this thing. And yeah, so after the car accident and everything, I really had no use for this project, and it's just been sitting, getting ready to scrap it. Like I was telling you guys, my girl decided she wants to build the thing, so we've got it here now. We've got a boatload of parts. I think we're going to end up starting off by throwing a whole new body harness in the car and see if she wants to wire tuck the vehicle or just go back to stock. It's going to be her vehicle, so her build. I'm only going to do what she wants with it. Just a quick glimpse of a lot of the parts that we snagged up for everything. It's all the interior, all the AC and braking stuff. The rear end from my coupe, all the 5-speed stuff from my coupe, big brakes and rear disc brake conversion. So yeah, we pretty much have everything that we need to make this a complete car again. And on my way home last night though, with the last load of all my parts, that gray cloud keeps following me around and my alternator died. Thankfully it wasn't too far from the house, so I was able to get the car here before my battery died. But I think this is where we're gonna cut off this video at, because I got work to do, change the alternator in the Accord, get more things cleaned up around here. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for sharing these videos and subscribing. I love you guys. JJ, thank you very much for everything, for all the parts, for being a true brother to me. I can't wait to get this thing started. I'd love it if you could come out here and give us a hand with some of this one of these days. But that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for watching Woodstocks. Till next time, peace out.